Okay, I'm going to be doing this video as the faceless video because it is nearly 8 o'clock in the morning and I haven't slept in 3 days and I have bags under my eyes, and I was up making acorn squash at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm extremely tired. I was falling asleep and I got an email, and it was 11 ways to shut off your brain before bedtime. So I thought it was the perfect time to read this article and share it with you in case you have trouble sleeping. And I did not feel like doing the whole setup. So I'm tired and I was about to go to bed when I got this. So I will read this, and it is called 11 Ways to Shut Off Your Brain Before Bed. Help me sleep now, help me sleep later. Set yourself up for success when to see a doctor. It can be annoying when your thoughts keep racing well past your body giving in to bedtime. Here's what to do when you can't sleep because there's too much on your mind. And the thing is, my mind races, so I have a hard time sleeping the way it is. And then being on this medication, we believe has my days and nights mixed up. So I'm trying to find a way to straighten it out because it's driving me crazy being up all night, going to bed at 9 in the morning, and getting up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, or in the early evening, later afternoon. So I gotta make sure. Okay, I wanted to make sure everything was set. So just bear with me. I'm extremely tired, very much sleep deprived. So, though sleep is essential for health, many of us struggle with it. In fact, the American Psychiatric Association, the APA, reports that roughly 1/3 of adults in the United States have symptoms of insomnia, and 6% to 10% of adults could be diagnosed with insomnia disorder. Your sleeplessness might not be to insomnia at all. Racing thoughts can be a contributing factor to staying up all night, but your mind running as steady as your refrigerator could also be a symptom of other complications. Stress or anxiety over the day's worries, creative stream of ideas, side effects from medications, mania or hypomania, symptoms due to bipolar disorder or other mental health condition. And see, I think, like, all those. So that's why it was important for me to share this, in case if you have the same issue but are unaware of why. These will give you some answers to why. Your brain has no off switch, but there are a few ways you can gently tell it to slow down. If you can't sleep right now, struggling to get some shut-eye at this very moment, well, as a matter of fact, here are some short-term fixes that could help you calm your mind. Turn it all off. Although it might be tempting to roll over and scroll through social media or see what show is streaming tonight on TV, don't. This stimulation can excite your brain, making it more difficult to switch your brain off before bed. Now see me, I have a radio that has music playing quietly, and I do read on my phone before bed, but that helps me sleep. And it's one of those, to each their own. What may not work for you works for me. And what the experts say, you know how that goes. That's their studies, their opinions, etc. Ideally, you should avoid all screens just before bedtime. This includes your TV, phone, tablet, or laptop screen. Avoiding blue light exposure at least 2 hours prior to bedtime is better for sleep cycle regulation. The thing is, they have a switch or whatever on your phone that cuts that blue light out. Is that an excuse? Is that, maybe. But I turn it on and I'm not one to climb in bed, and I told my psychiatrist this yesterday. I'm not one to climb in bed and say, okay, let's hope we get some sleep. I don't, because I'll lay there and I'll be on my phone. Even if I put my phone down, I won't fall asleep, because my brain, I'm an overthinker. So, while limiting screen time before bed can be difficult, the benefit of improving one's sleep hygiene can be well worth it. Screen emits blue light, which interferes with your circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm tells your body when to fall asleep based on the amount of light you see. Using screens at night can interfere with your circadian rhythm. Circadian reminds me of cicadas, those damn bugs we had this summer, even though they pretty much avoided us and nailed everybody else. It's just a little side note. That's Sasha, my dog. She's shaking. That's because she's ready for bed. Sasha, knock it off. She's itching her ear. Okay, anyway. The more tired I get, the more distracted I get, the more it just really takes a toll on me. But when everybody's getting up, I'm going to bed. So I try to sneak into bed so I don't wake anybody up. Okay. If it's too tempting to log on, you might want to put your electronics in another room and return to bed. Well, that would be fine and dandy if you had an alarm clock, and I suppose you could buy one, but my phone is my alarm clock. It's when I have an appointment, I have to set my alarm on my clock. So the psychiatrist recommends keeping all electronics outside your room and using a separate. I shouldn't even be doing this on the thing. A separate alarm clock instead of your phone. Try this instead. White noise. White noise is like a fan, and like on your iPad you can get apps that have white noise. And it's like rivers, and my favorite one that I had on my Nest was a cat purring, and it was so awesome. But now I changed over to my music. But Binaural, Binaural beats. That's something you can look up. Binaural beats. Pink noise. Singing bowl recordings. I have no idea what those are, but I do know what white noise is. I don't know what pink noise is. I'd have to look that up. Try progressive muscle relaxation. And I know this one. I've known this one since I was really young, but I'm old now, so I forgot about it. This relaxation technique helps you release tension and fall asleep soundly. Progressive muscle relaxation involves tensing muscles and then releasing them, starting with your own facial muscles and moving down towards your toes. So what you do is you squint your eyes and you wrinkle your face and you tighten up all your muscles, your arms, your hands, your fingers, all the way down to your toes. And then you just slowly relax and breathe. I learned how to do that when I was 18. My mom had a cassette tape that had that. Breathe deeply. Bring attention to your breath. Try to breathe deeply but slowly. You might find it relaxing to count your breaths versus sheep. It doesn't say that, but I just thought I'd put that out there. Focusing on the sensation of breathing is a mindful technique that can slow down racing thoughts. Try this box breathing, like doing the waltz with your breath. The 4-7-8 method. Yoga. Why do they do this to these people who can't pronounce this shit? It's like yoga breathing and 3-part breathing. Try ASMR. Now, I've heard about that and I've read up a little bit about it, and now I guess I'm about to find out what it is, because I sort of know what it is, but it sort of doesn't make sense to me, because you see and hear things that to me wouldn't relax me. It would freak the shit out of me. So it's autonomous sensory meridian response. ASMR is that pleasant, tingly feeling some people get in response to certain stimuli. Many people make ASMR videos or audio to help aid sleep. There's countless free ASMR videos on YouTube. ASMR videos could include relaxation such as tapping, rustling, whispers, and quiet reading. Use comfortable Bluetooth earphones if possible. See, all that would drive me crazy. I'd be like, shut up, knock it off. If you're worried you won't fall asleep tonight, there are a few activities you can do during the day to help your mind still when it's bedtime. Exercise. Though exercise is a great way to boost your mood, it also can tire your body so that it feels ready for bed. Even a 15-minute walk during the day might help you feel more relaxed in the evening. As of 2017 review notes, several studies have shown that regular exercise can improve sleep. Well, I've heard when it comes to men, it improves their sex drive or increases it, their testosterone or something like that. I was just putting out there what I know. So I don't know how that's going to help him sleep. It's just a thought. Because physical activity can be stimulating, it's a good idea to work out at least a few hours before bedtime. So that's probably why. Okay, soak. Researchers found that pre-bedtime warm water therapy, a warm bath, hot shower, or even a foot soak can get your body into sleep mode. I should try that because we don't have a bathtub anymore and I don't want to go to bed with wet hair, but I do have 2 foot soak baths. I should try that. Take pen to pad. One effective method that can potentially help us get to sleep faster is taking a few minutes to write down our to-do list for the next day. This has been shown to help people get to sleep faster. And the reason that being, I understand, is because your mind is racing. Oh, I've got this due tomorrow, and and it keeps going through your mind, so you don't forget it. So if you write it down, okay, you wrote it down, you can know that it's securely placed where you won't forget it. You'll remember it. So I don't do journaling. This, what I'm doing, the YouTube videos, that's my journaling. That's my therapy, I guess. A study found that participants who wrote to-do lists for the next day before falling asleep, before bedtime, fell asleep faster than those who wrote about the current day's activities. So, yeah, you're reliving and getting, well, if it was exciting, but getting, amped up about the day's activities instead of winding down to what's the next day. But if you're that anxious about what's going to happen the next day, I don't know, you're still going to have trouble sleeping. That's just what my thought is. So I don't know. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. You might have heard that you shouldn't go to sleep angry. I can't sleep if I'm hungry. I can go to sleep when I'm angry because I just ignore everything. Research has shown that forgiveness. Sorry, that was appropriate. Research has actually shown that forgiveness, including self-forgiveness, might help you sleep better. A 2018 study based on a survey of 1,423 adults found a correlation between sound sleep and forgiveness. If you want to create better long-term sleeping habits, the best way to promote good sleep is to adopt healthy sleeping habits, also called sleep hygiene. These habits will make it easier to turn off your brain before bed and get a good night's rest. That would be the day. When you're an overthinker, that doesn't happen. Your brain has to exhaust itself. Try to sleep around the same time every night. Establishing a sleep pattern will help your mind and body get ready for slumber. Winding down similarly and sleeping around the same time daily will help you get into a good habit, which means you'll settle before bedtime. Many of us use an alarm to wake up in the morning, but it also can be beneficial to set an alarm an hour before bedtime to help with establishing a bedtime routine. Consider reducing your caffeine intake. I don't take caffeine. I don't drink caffeine because it gets me too jittery. As a stimulant, caffeine can keep your mind and nerves on alert. For some, it heightens anxiety, which can lead to racing thoughts before bedtime. And coffee isn't the only culprit. Tea, pre-workout mixes, chocolate, and many sodas contain caffeine. Solomon notes that the effect of caffeine, a stimulant and a diuretic, can last up to 6 hours. So plan your beverages around that time frame. Yeah. Try sleeping supplements if needed. If good sleep hygiene isn't soothing your racing thoughts, consider researching sleep aids. Melatonin. Start taking it, but it's like you start on 5 milligrams and that helps. Well, then that doesn't help, so then you gotta jump up to 10, and that was my experience. I had to keep raising it in order for it to work. I keep yawning because I was just about to go to bed when I received this email with this article, and I thought it'd be a good idea to read it while I was tired and throwing shit. I know you can't see what's going on, you can just hear it, and it's gotta be pretty funny. But anyway, okay. Melatonin is a common sleep supplement that mimics the hormone melatonin, which your body secretes when it's dark. A dose of melatonin might help you sleep at night. One other Other noted sleep supplements include CBD, where here you can get it with the THC in it, so it helps you fall asleep too, I guess, after a while. Valerian and L-theanine. I can't say that, I'm sorry. One note of caution, be sure to speak with a healthcare, yeah. Shit, I'm gonna have to do this video over. A healthcare provider, as several of these sleep aids may worsen some symptoms of mental health conditions. When to see a doctor. Trouble sleeping due to racing thoughts is very common and not unusual cause for concern, Solomon says. However, she adds, you should look out for symptoms that include reoccurring feelings of sadness, frequent mood swings, no longer enjoying activities you used to, decreased energy, change in appetite. If you experience the above or regularly have problems falling asleep or staying asleep, it's worth talking to your doctor. Another sign that you should speak with a healthcare professional is if you're exhausted during the day, often overslept, or seeming to have a full tank of energy with racing thoughts despite a very little sleep. So, your doctor can then help with finding you other resources, which may include counseling, of course, seeing a specialist such as a psychiatrist or sleep therapist, or doing lab work to rule out any other potential medical conditions. Depending on the case, your doctor might suggest therapy, medication, over-the-counter prescription, and self-care strategies. Racing thoughts don't have to plague you forever. A medical professional can point you in the right direction. So that's something, some reasons about, I gotta see what the heck, I don't know. Why you're having trouble sleeping like I am. And I'm sitting here falling asleep, because it's just one of those things where I stay up for days, and then I crash, and then I stay up for days, and then I crash, and that's just my cycle of how I do things, and it's not good. I used to sleep really light, but once the kids weren't around, I think I didn't have to be quiet anymore. So, or I didn't have to, listen for them. So now I sleep really super heavy. Sorry, I had to get a drink. So, I hope that some of that has helped you a little bit. I'm trying to take the sticker off my thing so you can see me. There I am. See, I look like yesterday's news, the day before, last week. It's easier for me to read because my eyes don't shift all over, and the glare on my glasses, I'm trying to figure out, I just look like a bag of shit. So I am going to cut this, I'm going to publish it, and then I'm going to go climb into bed. But then everybody will be getting up, and it'll be nice and quiet, and it'll be nice and toasty and cozy, because I already have my electric blanket on, which reminds me, I'm going to turn it on, that's right. So, because I can turn it on remotely, we have little boxes on there that you can turn electric blankets. That's one thing they say is, don't sleep with the radio on. Don't sleep with it too warm. Don't sleep with it. They say, the colder you have it, the better. I like my fan. I still have to get my fan in there. I have a radio that plays my music. And they say that's bad, but that's my white noise, even though it's not white. It's my everyday music, but it's what helps me sleep. And I have the feeling that is what happens when I'm during the day when I'm listening to music. I get drowsy because I am used to listening to music. See, I can see the bags under my eyes. I'm a zombie, a vampire. So, I appreciate you watching this. I hope maybe you'll get some help out of it. I pretty much knew all of it already because I've had sleep issues before, but maybe some of you have not. And the glare on my glasses drives me crazy. This all drives me crazy, but it helps me. And I hope that it helps somebody else, because I gotta go to sleep. So I will see you later.